Hi guys, welcome back to my channel ArtsyPutsy with me Putsy, and for today's video it's going to be another 3 looks using one palette kind of video, my 3-in-1 series, but this time it's going to be 3 looks using this palette, the Magic palette by Juvia's Place. And if you want to see all 3 looks I created with this palette, then just keep on watching. So it's another 3 looks using one palette video. I had so much fun creating this video, even though it took a very long time for me to film, but I had so much fun. I love this series. I want to create more 3 looks using one palette kind of video. I already had one on my channel using the Dream Street palette by Colourpop and KathleenLights. If you want to see that, I'm going to link that down below. Also, if you want to see my review with this palette, if you want to see my first impressions and review of the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette, I'm also going to link that up here and also down below. I'm also going to leave a timestamp of each look down below, so everything you want to know, the timestamp, link for videos, also everything I put on my face will be listed down below. But before we jump into the tutorial, maybe you can click the subscribe button first if you want to see more of these kind of 3 looks using one palette videos from me. The subscribe button is right down below, I believe around here. But yeah, I'm just going to stop talking and let's move on to the tutorial. So for the first look, this look is very purple and duochrome halo eye. And to start off the look, just use concealer as our eyeshadow primer and blend them in with the beauty blender and set them with a loose setting powder. I do this for every single look, but the concealer that I use is different for each look. And if you already applied your foundation, just so you don't have a lot of fallout like I do here on the other side, just apply a lot of setting powder underneath your eyes. And to start off the look, I applied Kogi as my transition shade. Just apply them with a tapping motion first, kind of placing them where I want the color to be. After that, just blend them with a windshield wiping circular motion. Also kind of scratches the edges there to further blend the edges and to kind of soften them. And to further soften the edges, I actually clean the brush a little bit with this color switcher thing and then blend all the edges furthermore, so it will be very soft on the edges. I don't know, I don't make any sense, but here I dipped my brush into Eve and applied them on the outer part of the lid, also on the inner part of the lid with a tapping motion first, just slowly building the color, because as you can see, the purple you see on the pan is completely different from how it looks on the eyes. It's a lot lighter on the eyes, so just slowly take your time building the color until you reach the intensity that you want. And also kind of drag the color into the crease a little bit, just connect the two. And then go back to Kogi and apply them around the edges of the purple because some of it got lost when we blend the purple. And then take a clean blending brush, smaller one, just to further blend all the edges. It's just a lot of blending. I just want to make sure all the edges is very well blended and soft. And then dipping into Eve just to intensify the color a little bit more with a shader brush. And the start of the show, this is Faso. It's gorgeous, it's duochrome, and it's my favorite. I mean, look at that. That's just with a dry brush, and that's already gorgeous and looks very intense. Just apply them in the middle of the lid and then blend the edges, you know, between Eve and Faso with a blending brush because some of it got lost while we blend them. Intensify Faso a little bit more just with your finger, and then go back to Eve, further deepen up the purple a little bit more, and then for your lower lash line, apply Kogi all over your lower lash line. You don't have to be precise with it, smoke it out a little bit, and also kind of connect it to the upper lid. And then take a pencil brush and dipping it into Eve to apply this to the lower lash line, but kind of a little bit more tightly than Kogi. and intensify Kogi a little bit more while we blend Ife as well. Then for inner corner, I applied Osun all over the inner corner and also kind of connected to the lid and to the lower lash line. Then to highlight the brow bone, I used Cassie because this is the lightest shade on the palette. And yeah, next for mascara, I applied Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara, and then boom, I already applied them, and it will look even more intense and dramatic if you apply falsies, but I'm personally not a huge fan of falsies, which is why I applied mascara. And for lipsticks, Colourpop lipsticks in Lumiere, one of my favorite. And yeah, this is the final look. I personally like it, especially Faso. Faso is definitely the star of the whole palette in my opinion. So for the second look, a little bit more dramatic. Yellow and green, very fall appropriate. First, applied Zakia all over the crease. This is going to be our transition shade. Just slowly building the color with a large blending brush with a wiping windshield circular motion, just like usual. And then applied Nana to the actual crease, a little bit tightly into the crease. This is actually a little bit lighter, but the undertone is kind of different. And because the brush that I use is like a shader brush but a little bit more fluffy, I flip the brush to kind of blend the crease. By the way, so sorry, as you can see, my lid that day was just very crusty and dry. I didn't know what happened really, but yeah, it's all fine now. But that's not the shadow fault, that's just my lid being really weird. And then go back to Zakia again and further blend all the edges and intensify the crease a little bit more. Then I dipped the brush into Casey just to blend out all the edges a little bit more and soften them up a little bit more. I said a lot of more, but yeah. Then I'm going to deepen up the outer edges a little bit with Yejide, just slowly building the color with a tapping motion, and then slowly with whatever left on the brush, because this is very intense, slowly drag them into the crease and then make sure it's very well blended. And then after that, dipping into Zakia again just to further blend Yejide. And then to cut the crease, I applied the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, applied them on the lid and then looked up, then blend all the concealer into the lid. It's going to be a half cut crease, so I only applied the concealer in just 2/3 of the lid, so leaving the Yejide part bare. And then to perfect the line on the crease, I used this liner brush just to make sure the cut crease is very precise. And then I'm going to apply Aja with a flat shader brush in the middle of the cut crease and blend them to Yejide. Then to fill in the rest of the cut crease, you know, the inner part of the lid, I applied Nubia. This is very gorgeous and intense yellow gold, and I also applied them, and I also apply them kind of overlapping the Aja in the middle there just to make it easier to blend. And then blend Aja with Nubia with the tip of the brush. This is the tip I like to do when I want to blend shimmer shadow especially. Then I'm going to intensify Nubia. This time I dip the brush into Nubia first, then spread some setting spray to the brush and then intensify the yellow because I want the yellow to really pop. Then for the lower lashes, I applied Zakia with this brush all over the lower lash line and applied Yejide very closely to the lash line. And I kind of stopped there. As you can see, I don't really apply the blue into the inner corner. Then to blend Zakia and Yejide together, I use Nana with this brush just to make sure they are very well blended. I also applied Aja in places I applied AJD, just top AJD with Aja. And I applied Nubia also to the inner corner and also to the rest of the lower lash line that we leave bare. So yeah, it will kind of mimic the lid a little bit. And then I applied Borono in the actual inner corner just to make a little bit of difference there, so the inner corner will pop a little bit more and didn't completely get lost. And I applied the Essence Liquid Ink eyeliner to create a wing liner, just the usual wing liner, but then I applied this heavily on the inner corner and elongate the inner corner a little bit just to kind of make a new inner corner, if that makes any sense. And then I'm going to tightline my eye with the LA Girl Gel Glide Liner in Very Black, but as you can see the picture is the bronze one, but I don't have the picture of the black liner, so I'm sorry for that. But yeah, and then I step my own eyes with the eyeliner, then use Cassie again to highlight the brow bone. Then apply mascara and apply this lipstick. This is Colourpop Cream Luxe Lipstick in Pinkish Up. I already applied 3 different lipsticks before this one, but since I don't have a lot of nude lipsticks, I was kind of struggling to find the right one, but I think this is the best one that can match the look in my collection, so yeah. So the final look kind of similar to the first one, but it actually very different, so I'm sorry for that. I didn't realize it before I edit this video because I filmed the trail look in a completely different day, so I'm so sorry for that. But yeah, I'm just going straight into Kogi and apply this all over the crease as our transition shade, but I also kind of mapping out the shape that I wanted to create. I want to elongate the outer corner and make it more smoky on the outer part there, and I also going to apply Ife in the outer part of the lid. I also drag this a little bit into the crease, but I kind of stop in the middle there because I want the crease to be like a gradient from pink to purple. I also smoke this out on the outer corner there to make the outer part of the eye very smoky and intense. And then I go back to Kogi and reapply the color on the outer edges of the purple because some of it got lost, and also just to blend the middle part of the crease because like I said, I want the pink and the purple to be very well blended. And then I intensify Ife again with this brush and blend some more. Like I said, just lots and lots of blending. Then I'm going in with Phi. I apply this in the middle of the lid and connect this with the purple and taking the tip to blend the edges, to blend the purple with the Phi. And because some of it got lost in the process, I make sure to intensify Ife a little bit more. Then apply Osun all over the inner part of the lid. It's kind of similar concept to the second look, but the difference is this is just not a cut crease. It actually looks like a cut crease, but it actually is not. So then I just blend the crease a little bit more with this large blending brush. Then I'm going to intensify Phi again with a setting spray, just dipping your brush into Phi and then spritz your brush with the setting spray, then intensify the color a little bit more, and then just use a color switcher thingy again just so you don't have to change your brush, and then intensify Osun again with a setting spray. And then right there I didn't realize that I blocked a few, so sorry for that, but yeah, intensify the pink a little bit more. Also perfect the shape there on the crease. Then for the lower lash line, I applied Kogi, smoke it out a little bit, and then connect this to the upper part of the lid. Then I'm going to apply Eve. I'm going to connect the edges to the actual, wing part of the lid. So I didn't apply this very tightly to the lash line, but then as I go closer and closer to the inner corner, I applied them very tightly to the lower lash line. Then for inner corner, I applied Yemoja to make the look a little bit more icy and make it a little bit different from the first look. Connect this to the lid and the lower lash line, and then I tried to fix something here because I got some shadow to my face, like I have some fallout, and then as I tried to clean them, I just make them worse. So yeah, it took me a while to fix them. Then for mascara, the same mascara, surprise surprise. And for lipsticks, I even used the same one. I didn't even realize until I edit this video, but so sorry for this. I should have used a different lipstick, but yeah, this is the final look. I actually quite like this one. This is actually my favorite. So yeah, I hope you like this as much as I do. So that's it. That's the 3 look I created using the Magic Palette by Juvia's Place. I personally love all 3 looks I created, but since there's not a lot of variation in terms of the matte shades for the crease, I kind of struggled a little bit there for a while to decide what color I want to use, but I really just wanted to use this palette only, so I didn't grab another palette for the crease. But honestly, there's still so many looks I had in mind that I can create with this palette. I haven't even touched this shade and I love it, but definitely let me know if you still want to see me create looks with this palette, because I still had a lot of looks I wanted to create with this palette, so definitely let me know. And if you like this video, if you like the tutorial, or if you like this kind of 3 looks 1 palette video, definitely let me know and hit the like button as well. Give this video a thumbs up, like this video, and maybe subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these 3 looks 1 palette videos from me. And lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope I can see you in my next video. Bye guys!